Now guys, I just got the Cummins cleaned up and took it to the pressure washer, and anyway, it sure came out a lot cleaner than what it was. I'm gonna put this thing in the garage tonight here and start the teardown process of this thing tomorrow, and get it all cleaned up and everything, and re-gasket this. So yeah, there's a lot of parts that I'm gonna have to clean up here, and sand up and everything. I want to take these valve covers off and polish these valve covers out. They're aluminum, so I think they'll look pretty good all polished out and everything. And of course I'll sandblast them to get that cracked up paint off of there. And as far as it goes with the block has cracked up paint on it too. I'll have to get that stuff off the block so I can get a nice coat of paint that'll stick on that block. But anyway, I figured I'd show you guys and show you what it looks like now that it's cleaned up. And it actually cleaned up pretty good around the injectors and stuff, so looks real nice. It's kind of windy out here today, guys, so pardon the wind there. And I'm going to get this thing in the garage and get her hung on the engine stand, guys. Now guys, I got the Cummins hanging on the hoist here, and I'm going to take this transmission off here in a minute and take the starter off and the bell housing adapter and all that good stuff. But anyhow, I wanted to show you guys what I was talking about. I mentioned in a video or two here ago that I bent my new hoist, and this is the second hoist that I bent. And these Cummins, they weigh a ton, you know. So anyway, there's only 3 wheels touching on the ground. So that wheel over there, and then that one, and then that one. And I even got the heavier part of the motor leaning over here on this side. And regardless if this motor's straight or not, this wheel over here is still not touching. That even makes it worse. Kind of makes me worried about folding this hoist up. So I think that I'm going to build my own hoist here, probably in a couple of weeks or something like that, if I get the chance. That was one of the reasons for building that little trailer, is because it makes me a little nervous picking these Cummins up so high. Well, the throwout bearing sure is trashed. I'm sure that old clutch ain't much better, but we're not going to use that clutch or this transmission anyhow. So anyhow, next we're going to take the old clutch off. Yep, I can already see one problem here. This pilot bushing is completely destroyed. It's walled out pretty good. There ain't much of a pilot bushing left in this flywheel. So next we're going to take this flywheel off here, and you can see some bluing in this flywheel. Somebody's let the clutch slip a lot, and caused quite a bit of heat on there, and this flywheel has blued. So as far as it goes with the clutch, the springs are loose in it. You can see the clutch is actually turned blue inside of there, and it's got some damage right there. Other than that, the clutch is pretty thick still, but all the springs are shot in it. The springs are worn out there, so yeah, this clutch is pretty much shot. And as far as it goes with the pressure plate, this is the pressure plate down here, guys. This pressure plate, you can see it's had a bunch of heat put on it, and it's not much better. So it was definitely time for a clutch. I did notice when I drove this truck, whenever you let off the clutch, it was grabbing before the clutch was all the way out, and it was kind of jumping. So yeah, it's time for a new clutch and to have that flywheel resurfaced. So next we're going to pull this flywheel off here, guys, on the back of the motor. Well, these flywheels are pretty heavy. I'm always nervous about wearing tennis shoes out here doing this, or construction flip-flops. One time I dropped a transmission on my toe when I was wearing my flip-flops. Yeah, weighs a little bit. So the next thing we're going to do, guys, is pull the starter off, and then we're going to pull this adapter plate off the back of this motor. Now we're going to pull this adapter plate off now. If you're wondering why these bolts are so loose, I've already broke them loose, so that's why they're coming off so easy with this butterfly impact. Well, guys, what I'm going to do next here is get all this area cleaned up around this rear main seal. And I want to pull this rear main plate off here and this rear main seal out of here. And like I said, get everything cleaned up because I don't want any dirt or debris in the motor whatsoever. So anyway, after I get it all cleaned up, we'll come back and pull this rear main plate off of here and this seal. So that's the plan. Well, guys, I got this rear main seal cover all cleaned up here. And I'm going to pull this cover off. I've already took out the 4 bolts on the bottom of the oil pan, and then the 6 bolts up here on the top. These were 8mm, and these down here 10mm. Whenever you go to pull these covers off, just make sure you go nice and gentle about it, and you don't do any hard prying on these covers because they are aluminum and they will break very easy. So there's a little spot where you can get onto it with your screwdriver right here and just kind of work it around real easy. So the reason I'm taking this off right now is because once I have this motor on the engine stand, you cannot get to this rear main seal anymore. So that's why I'm taking it off now. Well, guys, I got the engine stand plate bolted up to the back of the block now, and we're ready to put this thing on the engine stand here. And I just now noticed that the old tag, the Ford knot tag, is in the video here. Somebody gave me them set of tags there, so anyway, yeah, that was a freebie, so don't hate me for the saying on that. So anyhow, guys, let's get this on the stand here. Well, guys, I got my mess picked up and cleaned up here, and I got the Cummins on the engine stand now, and tomorrow I'm going to start this teardown process of this Cummins here so I can get some new gaskets and stuff in it. So anyhow, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching, guys.